I gave three examples specifically because um, I gave those three examples specifically because I've been on the receiving end of all three, and I haven't dished out all three of those examples. But you can't help but grow from an invalidation standpoint. Everybody is gonna do that at some point in one fashion or another. But also because I gave three examples because you don't need a ass of examples to go ahead and decide that somebody isn't, like you don't need to be with that person. You don't need several examples. Like three, like once they violated three times, they like in a major way that's causing you to seek help on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Or Google some shit or talk to people about it and it's bothering you that much, then you don't need, 17 examples. Like them first three that they gave you should be enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, so at that point, you're kind of doing it to yourself at that point. And it's okay to let that person know, hey, it happened, like, and pointed out to them in bulletins, like, listen, this, that, and the third. And I'm not ready to give up on you right now, but I definitely think we need some space to reevaluate. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not comfortable with the trajectory of this. So if we can't, address that in a satisfactory manner, then we need to part ways. So let's take a week, let's take 2 weeks, and see what we come up with. But that's not to suggest that we're breaking up. Also make that clear, like, no, I'm still in this with you, but I really think we need some time apart to really evaluate one another. And the last thing I wanted to bring up, and I might bring up some other examples in later videos, but I felt like those three were the more pertinent warning signs, early on in a relationship to go, okay, maybe you shouldn't be with that person, or maybe you need to address this and that like immediately, sooner rather than later, because these are signs that would typically come up in the beginning. But the final thing I wanted to say, regardless of who's on the receiving end, once you tell someone you love them, you do have a responsibility to that person, especially if you love them and you told them in a romantic fashion. So you have the responsibility. Like, nobody can make you stay with someone, and you shouldn't stay with anyone you don't want to be with, regardless of if you love them or if you told them you were gonna give them forever and I'll never leave you. Like, at the end of the day, you have an obligation to yourself. So nobody's gonna hold you to that. If you don't want to be with that person, like, then don't be with them. That's unhealthy, and that's not loving yourself. You shouldn't sacrifice yourself on behalf of the other person. And so what you should do though, the only real respectful way, like if you really love that person, to break up with them is to first, give them the opportunity to address whatever is making you feel that way. So even if you're just done, like, yo, I'm just done. I don't even want to be with her. Like, I don't feel nothing for her. I don't care nothing about her. It's still like, since I told you that I love you, it's only right that I give you the opportunity to address and fix whatever is making me feel that way. That's only fair. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's something completely beyond my control. Like if I found someone else that I just love more, that's beyond you. What are you gonna do if I love them more? You gonna not be you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I simply love them more. There's nothing you can do for that. You know what I'm saying? But then you owe me that explanation as well, being that I'm somebody you loved or currently love. You owe me that. You owe me the right to closure. You owe me the right to fix whatever is going on. If it's just simply like, oh, I'm just not in love with you no more. Allow me to fix that if that's what I want to do, though. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like as someone, because I've never broken up with anyone, and a lot of people say I have abandonment issues, and I would have agreed with them, except for the fact that it's not me with the abandonment issues. if you proving me right every time, it's everyone that I've been with who has the abandonment issue. You know what I'm saying? You left me. I didn't leave you. So I don't, it's not me. You know, it's a problem for me, but I'm not the one with the issue. It's you. You know what I'm saying? So you also have to understand that. So, you know what I'm saying? So be careful with the words that you saying, because if I love you and I'm doing everything I can to be with you and you not, then I mean it's really hard for me to believe that you love me at that point. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is you give the other person the opportunity to fix whatever issue that y'all are having. And if that doesn't work, then you break things off. But you know what I'm saying? The least you can do is still, like, you can't, my thing is you can't love someone and simultaneously not care about them. So all I'm saying is choose your words carefully. Everybody, choose your words carefully. There's no need to get people's feelings involved. If you want something out of someone, obviously the best way would be to get them to love you or some shit like that. But I mean, beyond pieces of shit like that, because we can't really control that. You know what I'm saying? For the people that are out here that actually give a fuck, they trying to do something. That's how you can contribute as well. You allow people the opportunity to grow in the relationship. The last part in knowledge I want to give on this topic today is you can't fix a relationship outside of the relationship. You can't do it. So if somebody's like telling you, oh, well, you know, let's just be friends and then we can work. That's somebody who does not want to be with you, and they just don't have the courage to tell you that. They don't want to hurt you because they told you a bunch of other shit that wouldn't coincide with what they currently want to tell you. So they trying to basically wean you off of them. You know what I'm saying? And be aware of that. Be conscious of that. And don't let your feelings get too involved with people who are giving you sign after sign after sign. You know, the first sign, okay, cool. Everybody has their thing. You know what I'm saying? But you address that. And once you've addressed these things, you also need to notice whether or not they're fixing those things for you to keep moving forward in that relationship. You know what I'm saying? So be conscious and be aware and be considerate.